Well, we were just talking a few moments ago, and we've been talking for a number of weeks about the absolute triumph tour that Spider-Man Brand New Day is on. It just seems to be breaking box office records left and right, left and right. And, a while ago, we said it's no longer a question of if Spider-Man's going to get to $2 billion. The $2 billion club being the most exclusive club in the history of Hollywood. The question became, when is it going to hit $2 billion? Well, that question has now been answered, as Spider-Man Brand New Day this weekend has crossed the $2 billion mark, becoming, I believe, I'll pull up the chart here in a second, only the 7th film ever in history to accomplish that goal. We go over and take a look at the chart, and we see there it is now, Spider-Man Brand New Day in the number 7 position of the all-time biggest films. Spider-Man is now the 7th biggest film of all time. Down at number 10, Inside Out 2. At number 8, Zootopia. At number 8, it just passed its own Spider-Man No Way Home, which just came short. Just came a little bit short of hitting that $2 billion mark. But now there you see it, Spider-Man Brand New Day, the number 7 biggest film of all time, now joining the $2 billion club at $2.02 billion. It is imminently going to be passing Avengers Infinity War. That sits at 2.05. Then it's going to quickly pass Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, at 2.07. By the way, interesting side note, guys. The big watch right now has been, can Spider-Man Brand New Day pass Star Wars The Force Awakens as the biggest domestic film of all time? Spider-Man was outpacing it by like $180 million. Then last week, that gap closed to outpacing it by $100 million. Well, now, in its third weekend, Star Wars The Force Awakens made more money on its third weekend than Spider-Man Brand New Day just made on its third weekend. So now it's starting to fall behind. So it's starting to become a question about whether or not, but either way, it's huge and it could still catch it. Let's be clear. It might still catch it, but that's where things are at right now. But it will pass it for its overall worldwide total, 2.05. Then it's going to pass Titanic at 2.26. And I believe without too much trouble, it's going to pass Avatar: The Way of Water for number 3. It's a question about whether or not it can catch Avengers Endgame and Avatar. Like, that's still a question because it still needs to make almost $800 million, which is more than 95% of movies ever make in their entire theatrical runs. It still needs to make that. And so it's a question. It could catch Avengers Endgame. It could catch Avatar. It's still possible, but it still does have a long way to go. But I think we're safe to say that it will get the number 3 spot, no sweat. Because you see, there's a pretty big gap between the number 2 spot of Avengers Endgame at 2.7 and 400 million down from that is Avatar: The Way of Water at 2.3. So it's probably going to pass Avatar: The Way of Water. But again, joins the $2 billion club, only the 7th film in history to do it. And, we talked about this before a little bit, but it bears repeating that, yes, a lot of hype going into the movie. Yes, the recent MCU films have been starting to get the movie goers' confidence back in the MCU with outings like Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, not huge box office films, but movies that have been good enough to start to reestablish some fans' belief in the franchise. The fact that the last few Spider-Man films have all been very, very good. The fact that Tom Holland and Zendaya are like the it couple now. They are America's sweethearts. Like, a lot of things went into its big opening weekend. But these numbers go beyond opening weekend. These numbers are because all of that plus the movie is fantastic. If this movie's not fantastic, guys, this movie doesn't cross the $2 billion. I don't care how big the opening weekend was. If the movie's not fantastic and get fools like me going back for a second, third, and fourth viewings and dragging other people out to it, it doesn't cross the $2 billion mark. So this is one of those great instances where a truly commercial film also happens to be a truly fantastic film. And the results of which is Spider-Man Brand New Day, Rob, has joined the most exclusive club in all of the box office, which is only the 7th member of the $2 billion club. Rob, your thoughts on this? What's the most impressive thing about this to you? What do you attribute it getting to this landmark for? What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, if you look at the Spider-Man franchise, especially the Tom Holland version of it, you've got 4 films that just increase their box office film after film after film. And they've always delivered the goods. Tom Holland has endeared himself to the world, and so has Zendaya, and so has Jacob Batalon. And I think that this is just a franchise people love. I mean, it's as simple as that. And it really hasn't ever failed to deliver. And the way it's kind of grown and evolved, like I worried that Brand New Day was the gimmick of it's what brought everybody in. But clearly this film has touched people even more. It was more emotional. I mean, not that losing Aunt May and No Way Home wasn't emotional, and the other Spider-Man weren't emotional, but this film has a lot of different kinds of emotion flowing through it, and I think that people just love this movie. And I think that it's also a film that's very true to Spider-Man, the Spider-Man mythos themselves, the way people have thought about Spider-Man for decades. I think this film probably more than any other Spider-Man movie, even the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, this really nailed what people love about the character of Spider-Man. And this film is wildly entertaining. Its entire running time, you have a smile on your face the whole time. And then you get hit in the feels that you're not expecting with that scene with a certain person coming back. And I thought it was an incredible experience at the movies, and it's being rewarded for that. And I think it's as simple as that. It is a great film. It is a great representation of the character. It delivers exactly what the audience has wanted to see. And it was done so it was directed. There is more. This is the most Spider-Man of all Spider-Man movies. Watching him swing through the city comes right out of like the video games. We see Spider-Man depicted in ways that we hadn't seen before. There were times in this movie when I was like, whoa, it really felt like I was standing on the edge of the precipice of a building or an outcropping or something over New York. I think this is just, when you make something that nails the material that it's based on, this is what you get.
Yeah, they did an absolutely fantastic job with it. Guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Spider-Man Brand New Day has now done what we've all kind of known for a little while now it was going to do. It crossed that $2 billion mark, and it's still growing strong. I really don't see anything stopping it from taking the number 3 spot. Then the question becomes, can it catch Endgame? Can it catch Avatar? It's not outside the realm of possibility. Whatever you guys think about this, jump down into the comments section below and let us know your thoughts.